Hey you guys, what's up, what's good, what's happening? Welcome in, welcome back. It's been a while since you've seen my face, and sometimes it's just nice to see the face behind the camera that goes with the voice, so we're doing that today. Please do not mind my renovations in progress. We're getting there, I want to start with the moon deck. Take what fits your situation. If this is not your reading, it's not your reading. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you've been watching too much. You just need to take a break. Sometimes your guides want you to go directly to them. And sometimes you just have all the information you need. Lucky number 13. I am ready. Thank you. I'm getting a lot with this. Mostly your willingness to be more Aquarius, be Leo even. Flexible, comfortable, flexible though. Like you're okay to try something new or show off a little bit, right? You're proud of yourself, but you're not prideful. You should be proud of yourself. You've come very far. You've worked very hard. You've earned it. You've earned it. Lucky number 13. Tuesday, by the way, is the 13th. Do not, I repeat, do not book anything. Not on Tuesday 13. No. Ladies, we're not getting our hair done. Men too. Nobody gets their hair done. And the hairdressers will tell you that. You would be surprised how many of them are here. Are aware. I didn't even see this card come out. Every time I see 20, I think of judgment. With a steady mind, I am connected to our collective experience. This is the High Priestess for me in this deck. High Priest or Priestess. It's not gender specific. Most people that watch tarot are women, so oftentimes it sounds like we're only speaking to women. We're not. We're speaking to men. And then Master number 11, which is Doorways. My dreams reveal that magic is real and anything is possible. I feel like there's an opportunity, something that's happening, and it's like there's no doubt that the universe had a hand in this. Your ancestors were pulling some strings for you. This is serendipitous. There's something so magical about this newness, whatever this newness is for you. You've been wanting it, and now you're receiving it, and you're saying thank you. And it's because you believed that you're even in a position to receive this new beginning, this door. I feel like you've been going through doors. Some of you are exhausted right now because you have been going through death processes, spiritual death processes very quickly. Let me pause. I need some water. Okay. Anyways, you have been going through a lot of changes very quickly. For some of you, it's every couple days something happens and it just changes everything about your situation, or it changes the way that you feel about something else specific. And it's like, you know how those domino effects, right? So when you're kind of just over what people think of you and you're questioning whether or not you're over it, let me tell you when you're really over it, at least for me, when I knew I was really, is when you think of something horrible that somebody said that impacted you so strongly. It's like the more you try to not let what people think or have said about you, the less you let it get to you, the more that these situations will pop up like, well, but there's this time and this time and this time. And it's almost like you're battling with your own mind, but you are though. You are though, because you're clearing out so many negative thoughts. All that's left is peace and serenity. That's healed. That's healed. These are also Like, people that have healed like this, you're no longer in a position where you can be manipulated in those ways. When you're truly over something, you've also learned. And that's why you can just sense it a mile away. You want nothing to do with it. You avoid it at all costs. There's nothing left to feed on. There's no part of you that still is affected by whatever it is, right? Could just be a toxic trait too. But specifically for the example, we're talking about negative thoughts. $11, $13, and $20. How interesting is it that after every time I've picked it up and shown you and then put them back down, they've managed to put themselves in numerical order? Came out 13, 11, and 20. So really the 11 and 13 just kind of swapped places. There's a lot with communication as well. I think a lot of you are not only very hyper aware, like intuitive, but you're also communicating this. And not always, don't get me wrong, communication isn't always in talking to someone. You can communicate things to people with your body language, with your absence or your presence. There's a million different ways to communicate things to people. Invitations, checking up on them, yeah. Or just, we catch up a couple times a year, like, we're casual when we see each other in the grocery store, it's about it, or around town anyways, but yeah, you know what I mean. See you around. Regret, somebody feels bad for the way they treat, see, yeah, now they feel bad because they know that you know. All their little games, all their little tricks, they're fully aware that what they're doing as they're doing it. And now they know that you know. And they know you know. And yeah. Somebody feels bad because now I feel like this is somebody that was manipulative in a way that would not let them take fault, like their ego. Yeah, that's a whole other spiritual process. That's some beginner stuff. So this is somebody that probably doesn't do any of this. If they do, it's very shallow. I hate to say it, but that's the truth. They don't really know what they're talking about. And it would only take maybe 5-10 minutes of talking to them to know it, if that. Probably more like 2. But it doesn't matter because, like, we've all been there when we didn't know what we wanted to know and we took what couple things that we had. Yeah, awakening. So, like, their time will come. But you've already done that. You have an awakening of your own to go through. You have a doorway of your own to go through. For some of you, this is just a level up in your gifts. And I say just a level up in your gifts, but those of you that are going through this, it's not just a level up. This is like probably the biggest upgrade you have ever experienced when it comes to gifts, period. This is huge. This one, okay, so I am not an astrologist. I will never claim to be an astrologist. You could spend lifetimes researching and still not know all there is to know. I will never claim to be, but there is definitely something about planets being aligned in your birth chart and my son. VP, please. Sheesh. Spiritual lesson. You caught that, right? This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. His face! Ooh, eavesdropper energy. Let me pause this. Okay, you guys, sorry about that. I looked for my notes and I can't find them, so I will find it again. There's this and I've seen it work. There's this trick on, or not trick on TikTok, but it's this girl shares her eavesdropping little mantra, right? And in setting her intentions vocally or just writing it down, whatever the case, I wrote it down. I know I have it. I'm not liking the fact that I couldn't find it. I don't like that. That's weird. But again, we were talking about manipulative energies. They have a decision to make, so do we. That was the other card that came out. But I will find it and I will post it in the community tab for you guys. And it's good. I've used it before. Have you ever had an experience where, so I don't really want to share mine because it was super creepy. Like, basically I'm standing in this restaurant and I'm waiting to pick up a takeout order. Somebody else comes in and he's also waiting to pick up a takeout order. And we're just talking, you know, nonchalant while we're waiting for our orders, casual, you know. And then his orders come up first, so he leaves. And then my order comes up right after, and I go to my car. And I noticed a large truck parked next to me that wasn't there before. I didn't think much of it. There were a few people that came in while I was waiting. And it was actually the guy that was in there. So I know he wasn't parked there when I pulled in, but he was when I come out, and he's waiting for me. And he said, I knew this was your car because I saw the car seat. And I'm thinking, that's interesting because I never mentioned being a mom to you at all. So there's eavesdropper spirits, people that overhear things that they were not a part of. It's a real thing. It's a gift that people are out here and they have it and they show it, but they don't even, they're not even aware that they were not in the room for that part of the conversation, but yet they heard it. So like, it's so important. I'll post it in the community tab because there's somebody, I don't know exactly what, other than my son there, but there is something about eavesdropper spirits. Some of you guys are actually dealing with talk about pushing buttons you shouldn't push. Somebody could have spiritually tried to do something to you, either stop you from an expansion of some sort, or they saw what you had coming. I want you to see these cards on the table the way I'm seeing them. They saw you having something that they wanted. And it's almost like while you're up here adrift, they're going to try to swap destinies with you, fates with you, spiritual succession and reward with you. What? Trade karma with you, trade something with you. Maybe it's a specific blessing. Maybe they know that you're about to receive something through the grapevine or eavesdropping or whatever. Maybe they got a reading on you. I'm getting there is a spiritual practitioner that does not play by the rules. Good luck to the both of you. That's even worse because, like, then you, like, you do know what you're doing at that point. Playing with fire. And somebody's working with that person. This could even be just a group of people, but somebody has gifts and they have actually tried to stop you, block you, swap with you. So they're learning a lesson, let me tell you. Like, that is an intense energy. I don't like it. That makes me want to talk really, really fast and not breathe in between my sentences. Like, uncomfortable. You can tell somebody's uncomfortable when they're talking super fast or when they're fidgeting with their clothing and stuff like that. It's so obvious when people are uncomfortable. And of course, you know exactly what I'm talking about, Queen of Cups. And if anything, you feel bad for those people. So what are you doing? You're giving them your energy. Somebody's uncomfortable because you're open to giving them your energy. The thing is, they have such dark intentions that's why they're uncomfortable, because the light just walked into the room. Ding dong. Honey, I'm home. Somebody regrets having crap intentions or trying to channel your stuff or direct it to somebody else. Like if there's a practitioner that got paid to do this work and they accepted, you find out too. Watch. This is... You already walked away from these people, so don't even worry. I have such an uncomfortable pressure on my left eardrum, like specifically. Somebody does not want me or you finding out what they're doing. That's the problem, though. When you're dealing with a true high priest, high priestess, they're gonna know. They're gonna know. You can't pull on energy in the ethers and not expect somebody of this caliber, honestly, to catch it. Of course they're gonna feel it. Did you guys ever, this is probably a bad reference, but think of a spider web. If their spider is on the web, it doesn't matter which part of the web you cause to move, that spider's gonna know right where you're at. You are connected. This person is trying to come into your field and expects you to not. Of course you're gonna notice. What else came out with the High Priestess? The Emperor. This is your kingdom. Of course you would notice. That's your web. This is your everything. The Hermit. Wow, 3 majors, just like that. This is absolutely some spiritual transformation. We got 3 major arcanas. That's a lot. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, so I think you're aware of the soul work that you're doing here. I think you're also aware of the soul work of another and possibly the correlation between the two, how they're connected, why they're connected. There's also something about timelines, like it's all kind of coming together at once for you. Either you're just that clear from the get, or this has been an ongoing thing and you've already collected a lot of this information. But like, you're learning a lesson, and as you learn this specific lesson, the final people that taught you said lesson, they're going to learn too. They're the first ones that are going to feel the physical spiritual change. You know how it takes a minute to manifest in the physical? If this is like instant karma, because it's happening, and as you pump the brakes on that, the spiritual lesson coming together as well at the same time, it's a rubber band. Whatever is closest to you is the first thing that's going to feel the rubber band as it snaps back to its resting place. Yes, it can be stretched, but it'll go back to its resting place as soon as you let it, right? The rubber band effect. I talk about that with twin flames. I've spoke about that in the past. I don't talk about twin flames too often, though. There's so many different ideas about what the twin flame journey is, so I kind of would rather that be personal to everybody. It just seems like that's how it works anyways. You know, everybody's twin flame journey is so unique, like a thumbprint. I'll just let it be that instead of try to understand it. Sometimes it's, I don't know. I think you get it though. You do. You understand what I'm about to say. Sometimes we don't want to know. Because we know so much already, it takes away from that fun, magical, surprise, inner child energy. Which, interesting, because here's the Hermit. The Eight of Cups, Ace of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. See, and it's because you've been able to walk away, pump the brakes, and walk away. You did what was best for you in your heart and your intuition. I feel like there are relationships around you that are going to absolutely blossom. As your gifts, as your protection, as your everything continues to grow, so do the people around you. You have a lot of empathy, a lot of heart, a lot of, I guess a lot of people understand it as like white light or whatever, but you have so much love to give to the world, so much understanding, so much. You don't have to walk in somebody's shoes to understand that they were impacted and get a decent idea of the type of level. That takes a certain amount of humanity to be able to do that. Not everybody has that. Some people have allowed the world to strip that of them. That's why you are placed in their life, to remind them. You bring people back to their inner child. It's not just like a mirror and a shadow. I'm sure you hear that all the time in the tarot. Your specific, whoever I'm channeling, your specific thing here, one of them anyways, because you have many missions. I'm sure you've heard that before. It's true. It's so like there's so many connect the dots going on here. Like, look, this one too. See all the circles on the outside? With the beads, connect the dots. Yeah. But you remind people that they have an inner child. They have a 7-year-old self. Find that little boy, find that little girl, reconnect with. This is one of your gifts that you've had since you were very young. I feel like there are a lot of people that happen to be older than you in this lifetime that would call you an old soul or tell you that the world needs someone like you. It does. It does. They hold respect for you. So many. I mean, even in the ethers, like ancestors and other people's ancestors have spoke about you. Like, your name is in rooms that you don't even know exist. What's at the bottom of the deck? The Strength was at the bottom of the deck, as is the King of Swords, poking out. Actually, that's more towards the top. Holy cow, I didn't notice that. I just saw it poking out in the camera, which means it's really poking out. This camera does not do justice, let me tell you what. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, gifted. Gifts, blessings, and even more coming in. This is also reciprocity. What you put in is what you receive. What you believe your worth and value is what you will manifest. And you can say whatever, to the skeptics out there, but try it. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. But if you can fully believe it, even just for a couple days, something small. Start off small. You don't have to start off big. If you do start off big, you better dedicate, though, and put time into it. Again, what you put in is what you receive. That doubt comes in. You got to start over. But prove me wrong. I'll sit on that. Anything else? Nope, just that King of Cups. Just that King of Cups, because we got a Queen of Cups, and this is the evolution. From the Queen was the first one to the King is going to be our final card out. 25-25 when I said that. I cannot explain to you the cycles that are closing, you guys, the growth and the transformation. Be proud. Not everybody makes it anywhere near this far. Are you okay? At the bottom of the deck, 26-26. That was weird. Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. And I split at the Panther. For those of you guys that have been with me for a while, you know this is my absolute favorite spirit animal. This little one is not little at all. I'm being sarcastic when I say that. This Panther spirit, this specific spirit, will fight for you in the dark. The things that come to you from the shadows that you don't see coming, it's a chew toy. It's a chew toy for this spirit. I'm telling you what. I'm so glad we split the deck right there, because there are some of you dealing with some really dark stuff, but you're not going to feel it. Yeah, now's a lucky time. You're not going to feel it. Interesting how that was 13 and we have 49, which is also a 4. And the Emperor, 444. And I did say something about possible twin flame. We also have 11 here. You guys just see that orb? I can't make it up. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't have to. Goodness. Thank you, Spirit. I know you saw that orb. Look at that. Scarab Beetle Spirit. Magic works through you. It is literally all around. I know you just saw that. Chameleon Spirit, act as if blending in. 14, which is Temperance. The angels are blending in. Synchronicities, pay so close attention. 14 is a 5. Temperance, 5. So something about what you've been patient for, that's about to change. You don't have to be patient anymore, because it's here. It's already worked through you. You've already put it out there. It's coming to in the physical. I'm telling you, if there are any skeptics here, prove me wrong. Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. This is talking about getting rid of any, well, for the beavers, when they're building their homes, they have to make sure they're not using any wood that's already rotting, so their home will last a lot longer. That is so gross. I don't know which spirit is giving me that, but they're saying think of mold on fruit. You don't just throw out the couple pieces that have the mold, you throw the whole thing out, because technically if you're seeing it on those few pieces, you can't see it, but it's already through the whole container. And maybe you didn't know that. Now you do. But yeah, that's a real thing. We're like that. Now we have master number 22. So 11, 22, 444. Dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. 3033. Yeah. You're about to be flooded with synchronicities. Like, you're going to get sick of them. As I'm peeking up, it's 44. Oh my gosh. You're going to be flooded with synchronicities. Elephant spirit, learn from the past. Some of you are receiving a gift that you... Maybe this gift scared you and you asked the universe to take it away. They didn't take it away. They just kind of shut it down. Some of you are asking for a gift back. You can have it back if you're truly ready, when you're truly ready. And underneath it was bringing your ideas to life, like bringing something back to life. Shock therapy. You might be shocked when this happens. It might just start happening like clear as day. All of a sudden you hear something and you're like, oh, I have my hearing back. Or, you know, whatever it is that maybe it was sight. Maybe you saw things as a child that scared you. Maybe you regret a decision that you made and you're asking to have something rewoke within you. I just heard somebody say awaken. And they said it with so much seriousness that I felt a light come back on. Like, whoo. Awaken. Speak it into existence. Communicating that you are ready to bring this back. Maybe this, I almost wonder... Now I'm starting to wonder if whoever this practitioner is, that either they were hired by somebody else to do this, or I don't know exactly how it breaks down, but there could have been somebody that saw you had this gift, but you weren't using it, so they were just gonna like try to take it. This would have been somebody, I'm specifically getting in your family. But when you started on your spiritual path, oh sheesh. Got some tea. That's just water though. When you started on your path and tapping into your gifts and abilities, whoever it was that was accessing your stuff was getting cut off. I just watched somebody take their arm. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, that worked, by the way. Whoever did that, that worked. Cut them off. Call back your energy. Call it back healed. And here's my kitty to protect me. Yeah. Hi, mamas. Pretty girl Omega. Yes. Sorry. Come on, baby. Come on. And she said no. Come on, sweetheart. I know you like the energy, but let's be a little more respectful of the cards, yes? They are a spiritual tool.
No, actually.
What else? Let's pull... No. I don't know if I do want to pull anymore. I kind of think that's it. Anyways, if there was somebody from your family that was using your gifts while you weren't, stand back. Pray for them. Like really hard. They knew what they were doing. I know that it's so hard to hear that, but that's what you really needed. That was the confirmation you came to a reading for. They did know what they were doing. Some even knew that this day would come, and they still chose to do it. The temporary gain was worth your eventual sacrifice. At least of this connection, any connection that you could have had. For some of you, this is the family member that was supposed to teach you, train you, take you under their wing. They failed to recognize who the next one was in the bloodline. Don't make the same mistake. There will always be another one. There will always be a next. That is one heck of a generational curse to break. That is exactly why you were born into that bloodline. I've given so much information on whoever this is. I hope you found this helpful. If this was not your reading, you're probably not even here anymore, but just try a different message. And I'm going to leave this here. We had Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Divine Masculine, Cancer, Scorpio, and Virgo energy on the board. Shadow work as well. And fortune and favor. I keep seeing 333 now, ever since I saw it the first time. But yeah, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope this message helps who it needs to, how it needs to. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay beautiful.